And it's really exciting and very lovely to have everybody here. And we are recording, so here we go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So welcome everybody. How exciting. This is our first GSGC digital meetup. And, you know, we usually do these conference calls and it's so exciting now. Google's allowing us to have more of the people from our team from Africa involved. And we just are absolutely thrilled about this. So these calls are, you know, we're very committed to donor or supporter education. And we want you to feel really connected. We're about community. And we also want the mentors and we might have some alumni on the call today to know who you are. And it's all of us together that make this work possible. So this is to be relaxed. We are going to show some slides today, but we mainly want to do some just general conversation and questions and answer. And boy, to have so many from Africa is a treat. So get your questions ready. And I can't tell you what a big deal that is for these guys to be connected. We may go over that in another call, but I really appreciate you guys making the effort in Madagascar and Zambia and Zimbabwe and South Africa and all across the US. So anyways, as what we wanted to start off with is just a picture of our community. And I have to say, with things so crazy and getting crazier by the day with COVID and politics and all, I just feel so blessed for this community. And I say, if you want a definition of community, it would be the giving circle. It fuels me and inspires me every day. When you have a chance, go on our website. Devin's and team have been working very hard to show more of the backstory to the Giving Circle, and you'll see a lot about community on the website. So today, what we wanted to focus on is, you know, the heart of our work is empowering girls and strengthening communities. And at the center of this, the core, is our Giving Circle Mentor Network. And we have about, I think, 7 of the mentors on today. And we've got 25 mentors. What an amazing team of people. And I just feel so blessed to know them and have the opportunity to connect with them fairly frequently. And so, you know, they may look spread out here on this map, but they connect regularly through WhatsApp, and send in info through quarterly reports. But they have also started their own digital meetups, where some of them have to walk quite a ways to, you know, a special area in the bush to get connectivity. It's really something, and as they will say, we're family. So it's a real blessing in my life. All right, Toko, coming in from
my favorite,
from Zambia. Anyway, so I'm so excited for you to meet some of these guys. So then our next picture. Devin has. Oh, I know. We're going to show. You know, you'll meet some of these guys today, but also on our website, you'll be able to go in and see some of the mentors. Pictures are on there. We're going to be adding more, but you can get to know them a bit by going and looking at their pictures, and you click on their picture, and the picture flips, and you'll be able to learn a little bit about their connection with the Giving Circle and some of their thoughts. So I invite you to take some time to get on the site and take a look around there. So there's Gloria, and she's on the call today. She runs Believe Girls Club in Livingstone, Zambia. And she's trying to have 2 of the alumni girls on the call. It's not easy with data there, but hopefully they'll be able to join us for part of the call. Hello, Gloria. And we've got Toko there. Toko is calling in. She's on the line now from the lower Zambezi. Gorgeous area. When you go on safari, you've got to go to this area. And she's just started an extra on her own time, a reading club with the girls and her community. And it's just, I get so inspired seeing what these guys are doing in their own locales. And, you know, it's just amazing. So thank you for being on today, you guys. So this is part of the group of our mentors, this photo coming up here. It's not all of them. We try to meet up once a year, and oh my gosh, what an amazing gathering this is. What's so cool is they are now organizing and running these gatherings, and this is their time to come together to support each other. I mean, this work can get very heavy. And I mean, you can imagine their passion is tremendous, and that they face a lot out in the field. And so to come together and support each other, and then sharing lessons learned has really been amazing. That's really the magic of our work, is that they share. It's a safe space to share what is and what isn't working. And from there, we keep refining and tweaking and this model. And that's what keeps it so relevant and impactful and sustaining. And so, yeah, it's them getting together, them sharing, and I learn a lot. And we spend a lot of time listening to each other and then having a good time supporting each other. And yeah, so that's our part of our team. And then let's see. And at the core of our work, of what we do, is this, what's on Kalinda here, is I see you, I hear you, I believe in you. And that's always, that's to the mentors, to the youth in their clubs, that's between one another, that's between us and the mentors. It's throughout our community that, you know, everybody wants to be seen. And a lot of these kids have never had anyone to really see them or believe in them. And I really think, you know, that's what's different here. There's formal education, and that's critical. And these mentors help the kids stay in school, and they help, you know, up their grades and with their English. And we'll have to have the mentor speak, but to me, the exceptional thing is that they see the kids. And it's a safe place for these kids to open up and share. And it's amazing what gets shared. And I will tell you, we've had lives saved. You know, it goes on and on what they provide these kids. So anyway, that's a little picture from one of our meetups. And then as far as our approach, you know, again, I invite you to take a look on the website, and oh yeah, okay, and on what we do. So what comes from all of this, from all their sharing, is that we come up with kind of what works and a basic model that they follow. And this is not us telling them, this is them sharing. We listen, we kind of put it, together for them. And here are the key components that we're finding really make a difference in a child's life. And first of all, you have to have community buy-in. And there's Fulani there on the left-hand corner talking with some of the women elders in the community. And that is all critical. They don't go in and tell people what to do. We come alongside the mentors. They come alongside the local community. And that's the only way sustainable change is going to happen. And it's amazing the buy-in we've gotten. We have demand coming from these communities. They want more of these clubs, even the ones now with the boys, which was the work that Nika's done has truly been amazing. And having these male elders now wanting to support the girl empowerment is really something. So the community buy-in is key. And then to the right, the safe space. Here we've got both Gloria and Agnes in the picture. And that's at YY with Agnes's club and Gloria visiting. And the safe space is not only a physical space, but it's a safe space that the kids can share. And some of our safe spaces are basically under trees. Some are in classrooms. Some are in this beautiful space that Agnes has. So it's not so much, it's a feeling you have when you walk into that space. So, and then we have, each group needs to, where we really find the results if they meet frequently and over time. And small groups, we find like 15 or less, that gives you a chance to really hear one another and see one another. And this is all based on the feedback that they give, with each other. And then it's knowing your girls, and that's that I see you, I hear you, and that's Sfei out in her community, meeting some of the girls in the community and inviting them to the club, and then just regular visits. I know, especially now during COVID, there's a lot of visits out to the households to just see how are you doing. And then the next picture, it's important that they have fun and are creative and our groups. This is at YY and Agnes is on today. They do a lot of art but creativity comes in many forms. And what is so cool, I mean, these kids they show up. Some of them walk almost 2 hours to come to a club. Agnes recently went out to visit some of her, the homes of some of their club members, and she didn't realize just how far that they walked to get to the space. So anyway, we then have Gloria there with an accountability, and that comes in always, both with the grant, the finances, but it comes with the accountability of the girls showing up, the privacy, and we take that very, very seriously. So, and then the programming, and they do a lot of, a lot of behavior and character and look at values, and that's something that the mentors can speak to. So thanks, Devin, on that. And that will change as we learn more from the mentors, but right now, those are the things that they have in common. And then they each run their club in their own way based on their location. And I can't tell you how different it is just 12 miles down the road from, let's say, the town of Victoria Falls, where we have some clubs, to the rural area where Sfei works. And some things are the same, but some things are very different. And when you have a top-down model, it's hard to keep that sustainable. It's not appropriate. So they take those key elements and then they adapt to their specific needs and based on their personal strengths and skills. So so then, just one thing on our approach, it might not sound unique to you, but I can't tell you how unique it is that we actually really listen and we come alongside. Not a lot of organizations do that, and they lead the way. And when you have time, you can go on this site and listen to Svei talking about our approach. She'll talk about the model and how, the freedom to then do it in their way, but that we come alongside. And I'm so proud of all of our donors and supporters who have been there on this journey, which isn't all that typical, and it is paying off in spades. So as Devin will show here, basically, we get to know mentors. They come to us, we find them. There's just it's a special person who becomes a mentor. They are passionate about helping their communities, and they're passionate about this work. So there's not a job advertised, it's a coming together, and there's a lot of listening and then empowering, and with that, transformation happens and replication happens. So we are now mushrooming. The demand for getting into the clubs, the demand for more clubs is greater than our financial intake right now. It's so cool. And I have to say, it's rare you see a program that that isn't about handouts, where there is this kind of demand. And I'm just so excited about it. And I have to say, this generation is truly amazing. And Prosper's just joining now. He's in Vic Falls, and not to count you out, Agnes, but I have to say the 20 and 30-year-olds with the elders like Agnes and around, it is so exciting. They are the ones who want to see the difference in their communities. And it is such a privilege to come along and support them and cheer them on and help them as we can with the financial resources, because it's not the know-how that's missing. It's having gone through such history, things just got so out of whack, and a little money goes a very long ways in helping these community change makers, these social entrepreneurs, make a difference. So I'm just so excited. We have so many on the call, so we're going to get right to letting them share or respond to any questions. One last thing is, as Devin is showing here, this only works because we are all in this together. The mentors need the community buy-in. We are there supporting the mentors. The mentors are with us. This would not happen one group on its own. And I can't express enough how much in North America, the impact you are having. And I'm just so glad today to have the connection here between the various groups. And one day we'll get more youth on these calls. It's just a bandwidth thing, but we're getting there. But anyway, it's together that we are able to make some important and really valuable shifts, so that everybody everybody can have an opportunity to live a life of dignity. And that's really at the core of what we do. And thank you for being here. And here you'll see there's just a couple of pictures. I hope you can get out to the field. There's Holly, who's on the call with two of our alumni from Gloria's group who have become nurses. And we have Paige down there visiting with Gloria and a gal she's mentored. Oh, and Rosemary, we have an alumni. Yay, Rosemary is on. That's so cool. And there's Agnes with her group. And anyway, those are just some pictures that give you an idea of what it looks like out there. But I'm so thankful to this amazing community that we have. So with that, I don't know what this is going to be as we open this up, but kind of free for all here. Oh, one last thing, the creative expressions that's coming up. Okay, here's a few more pictures. Devin and I are trying to get in sync here. Poor Devin has to keep up with me hopping around. We have, with COVID, it's been really tough. There's been no school and, kids are hanging, and it's amazing what some of the mentors are doing, trying to stimulate and keep them reading and tutoring, and in some cases keep them fed. But what they've asked for is something that Wendy came up with last year and was such a hit, and that is a creative expressions activity that they are preparing various types of art expressions or creative expressions, poetry and paintings or drama or singing. And we are having a competition of which all, of us here get to vote on our favorites, and winners get what you call education packs. And that's money that goes towards school fees and backpacks and uniforms. And but I'll maybe have Paige or Wendy say more about that, but that will be happening in late August or early September. And it would mean so much to have everybody supporting this and seeing the amazing work that they do with no inputs, really. I mean, it's pure creativity out there. Okay, that's enough from my end. Does anyone have a question or mentors want to share? All you have to do is unmute your button. We hear from Toko or Gloria. Do you want to share what you've been up to?
Hi everyone, this is Gloria. So on our meeting for today, we have been joined by Rosemary Sinta. She's one of the girls who started the Girls Stand Up. That was 2015, and she's part of the meeting, so she's flexible to answer any questions. Otherwise, what we have been up to now is with the creative contest, which the girls are ready for it. So feel free to ask Rosemary any questions.
Rosemary, do you miss Auntie Gloria? I know she does. There's just the connectivity.
Priscilla, this is Heidi. I'd really like to hear from any of those on the ground, just what the conditions are and how they have been able to connect with the girls and boys.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we have, who is on from Zim? Prosper or
My network is down.
Oh, hi, How are you? Okay, I think that was Rosemary, but yeah, can Toko or Gloria, can you respond to Heidi? What are you doing out there? What is it like? You have to unmute yourself.
So with Believe Girls Club, it has been quite difficult from March reaching out to our girls, but the only way we are reaching out to them is through online meetings. We are having online meetings with the girls because we cannot meet them anymore. It's quite strict, and now in Livingstone, we are recording new cases of the COVID-19. But what we have done, we are still providing psychosocial life skill programs to the girls. And today we are happy that the girls responded to almost everything that we have been talking about on our digital meetings. Every month we have digital meetings, and we also read that we connect with our girls on calls for those who are not on social media. So we call their parents to find out what they are doing, how is life like, if they are studying, and we still provide psychosocial life skill programs to them. And if need arises, we visit them in their homes, although we follow the strict measures that the government has put in place. But it has been quite difficult. The only thing that we are happy of is that the schools, they have reopened, and we have our girls who are preparing for schools, and they have gone back to school. We help them with e-learning, and our schools, which we are reaching out to, the teachers, they have come up with WhatsApp group calls for their girls. So they send school materials on WhatsApp so that they can share with their girls. So that's all that we have been doing. We still help our girls with psychosocial life skill programs because we believe that it's a difficult time. And now that from March till now, other girls have not yet gone to school. This is a period which is so difficult because others might get pregnant. They have idle time. This is why we still reach out to them. Thank you.
Thanks, Gloria. And what about, do we have, is Toko, are you still on? Or Cleo, I'm not sure in Madagascar if you guys are meeting yet.
For now, we're not meeting yet. The government has prohibited that we gather the girls for the Girls Club. So classes didn't resume yet, which is why it's hard for us to gather them. Also because we have relocated in different areas. We're still waiting. In the meantime, we're trying to support them in different ways. Hello?
Thank you, Cleo. And Agnes, Agnes has been out doing a lot of home visits. Agnes, are you able to unmute and get on? Or Toko or Prosper? Just, you have to remember to unmute. Feels so weird, the quiet. Well, and I say if do we have any other questions from the North America that I or others can address? Remember to unmute.
This is Holly. My question would be education, the flow of education. What's going to happen? having missed all those months? Do kids keep up as best they can? Do the schools roll back education, start 3 months, 4 months ago? How's it going to work?
This is Gloria again. So with us, the Believe Club, some schools in Livingstone, Zambia, but to be specific, I'll say St. Mary's and St. Peter's, what they have done, the teachers, so that the pupils are not left behind, is that they have created a group, a WhatsApp group, where they send information to the girls. So in short, I'll say there's e-learning. And the government of Zambia, they have also opened a TV channel where they are helping students to learn from there. Basically, we don't know what's ahead of us, how they're going to start, because schools close in March. But in a nutshell, that's what they are doing now. So the two schools which we are reaching out to, because we have proper information, we reach out to the teachers. They are doing e-learning. They have e-learning, and we get more information from the girls and the guidance teachers at schools. Then the government has also opened the channel, though it's a paying channel, you need to pay for it to watch. So which is quite difficult. So it means that if you do not have money or the capacity to pay for that channel, you cannot watch. And for e-learning, you need to have money to buy internet so that you can access your work. So basically, we don't know the way forward because schools have been closed from March, but they're trying everything possible to help the pupils.
Thanks, Gloria.
I know Prosper is trying to share his system is frozen. This is, this isn't easy, but we are, we take the challenge. We want to try to make this work to connect. And so sometimes you have the delays, or, you'll see some people coming in and out because of connection. But it's very exciting for us to all be on this call. So I appreciate everybody's patience with that.
Priscilla?
Yeah.
It's Deborah. I have a question. Can somebody answer or let us know, what is the cost of their education?
Yeah. It differs depending on grade level and your school, but does anybody, whoever can get connectivity, if Gloria, it might be you again, and mentors, just pop on as you can.
So like, Gloria again, so like in Zambia, our two schools, I think Rosemary should also help me because she was part of the two schools. I hope she can unmute, and Rachel, they can also contribute. So our two schools, St. Mary's and St. Peter's, is 1,000, which is, I think, $100, if I'm not mistaken. So which is $100 per term. So per term, it's 3 months. So we have 3 terms in a year. So meaning per year, a girl child or a boy child needs to pay $3,000. I think, Priscilla, you can say that in $300.
Yeah, which is beyond most. It's a tremendous struggle for most of the families we work with, and that's why there are certain. It's trying to get support with school fees, and there's also the cost of a uniform and the items that go with it. So, and when you look at percentage-wise, it's a much, much higher percentage than we face here to somebody's income. It's significant. Okay, we're having some people failing to unmute. I say with any of the mentors, unmute if you can and just speak up. in the meantime, please, any questions, put them forward.
So I have a question. Hi. It's Devin here in South Africa. My one question, I don't know, Priscilla, if you'd be able to give much insight into it, but looking at GSGC's updates on social media and quite a few on Facebook, I realized that there's a lot more support for the boys and girls, just also outside of the school curriculum, and part of that seems to there seems to be quite a focus on vegetable gardening and sort of education around that. I was wondering if some context as to how important that is and how that's been going down with the mentors over the last few weeks.
So I'll take that, but anytime any of you guys can unmute, please do, and I'll hand it over to you. But I'll say, like, for instance, Agnes they've gone out and they went to visit the kids in their homes and found such tough situations that they made it their commitment for a while to go out and deliver some food items. And that was, we've never had to face this before, but that's what, COVID has taken us to. And then they have one in their club, a gal in their club who has sewn masks. And then they've bought those masks and distributed them to each person, each girl and boy in their clubs. And they've also helped with income generating projects with some of their girls during this time. Making doormats is one of them. Sasonke has been, that's a boys club that Nika runs. They have gardens that they've started because of the food situation. And what they've done is, as the boys are working on the gardens, and they started with, I think, just 2, and now I think they're up to 6 because they've worked it out for physical distancing. It's amazing what they've grown in just 2 months. And these are each boy has their own area, and they're able to take this home to their home and share in the community. And while they're gardening, they're talking about life lessons, and it's just been a wonderful activity. And then we have, I know Priska, who's Time and Tide Priska is up in Mfue with Yosefe, and she's been going out and visiting at the homes of the girls, because they're also wanting to make sure that abuse is not happening, which is easy to happen during these times. And so it's a check on that. She gives them a creative project. She helps them keep going with their schoolwork, even though they aren't attending school. But they, and I think Toko, she's on the side, even started a reading program. And so some, especially those in the rural areas, are doing a lot more meeting. In Victoria Falls, some of those girls are in their exam year, and they're still holding those exams. So the girls are feeling really stressed about that. And Procedure and Mercy are meeting with them, and almost every day, I think now, to go over studies in preparation for this exam. So that's huge. And then as Gloria was saying, she and Rachel are, when they can, they go and they meet with the girls, but most of it is online. And then we've got Kangwa who's on. Kangwa, do you want to say a little bit about what you guys have been doing? Are you able to unmute? I wondered,
Hello.
yeah. Hi.
Yeah, so I'm just joining in. I'm actually not home, so can you just please give me some time to settle? Let me listen in a bit and then I'll probably
No
come
problem.
through.
No problem. So Congo works with Agnes at YY, and they've recently started a boys club that Congo is overseeing. And mentors, do you have any questions for anyone here in North America? You can also let that fly.
Before anyone asks a question, the first digital meetup which we had, I think that was on the 20th of May. We were inspired with what Sisonke Boys Club they are doing with their garden. So we managed to talk to our girls, and Rachel had already started a garden, a small garden at her place. So she motivated our girls to start up something to keep their minds occupied at home. So some girls were sending in some photos starting from yesterday and today to Rachel to see how far they have gone with their gardens at home. And we have seen that it's something that empowers the girls we are reaching out to, because their mind now it's occupied and they are doing something productive to feed their family and to feed themselves. We are in Livingstone, and Livingstone it's a tourist capital, meaning the lodges, the hotels, they're all closed and parents are no longer working. So we had a lesson with the girls, and it was Rachel who did this on digital meeting. We had a lesson with the girls to talk to them about the importance of seeing to it that they have something at home to earn a living than buying vegetables every day to the market, but they can grow the vegetables and have something on a table to feed themselves. Because some families, they can't even afford 3 meals in a day. But if you have a garden, you do something productive with that, you can afford to put a meal on your table. And the girls have been doing that. We were inspired and motivated with what we saw with the pictures. Thank you.
And Gloria's been on the radio at least a couple of times, educating about about COVID, and all of the mentors are out there communicating about COVID, making sure there are masks and they understand the physical distancing. I was taking that for granted, but there's been a lot in that. They've also been distributing soap and the masks, and so on top of it all. And what we might do, we'll see if Congo can join in as we come to. I don't want to keep you on too long. As we come to a close, we can show. There's a little video on the website of what they've been up to. In fact, that's very short. Maybe Devin will just show that right now. It's Rachel meeting with the girls. There's Gloria online and on the radio. Sewing projects. And that's tutoring talent. That's Nika's wife. There's a doctor who's come and talked to the kids, distributing food. There's been a lot of counseling, the quiet moments between mentors and the youth on just listening and being there. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we do one last unmute for everybody. and then maybe we, Devin, what we do is we will stop the recording, and whoever wants to stay on a few minutes, please do. But the main thing I want everybody to know is this is really an incredible community, and I can't express enough how inspired I am with what these guys are doing with your support. And they are my hope for the future. And I see Africa coming out well if we have more mentors around like this. And I'm just so thankful. Devin, do you want to unmute everybody, and then we'll see if there's any last questions, and we'll say goodbye. And
Wonderful. I'll stop presenting, and everybody's screen will show up like a normal call,
Okay.
and everybody can everybody will be able to have the cameras on if they want to say goodbye. But thank you so much for being here, everybody. It's been great.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
Hi,
to hear,
Rachel.
everyone.
Hi, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The network has been down for
Thank
some
you.
of that.
Oh, that's Jerry's joining. Can you let Jerry join in? Devin.
Jerry's in. Jerry has been
Hi,
welcomed.
Jerry. We've got to unmute Jerry. Jerry's one of our original supporters. And Jerry, today you're talking to Madagascar and Zambia and Zimbabwe and South Africa. So blessed to have you, Jerry.
Hey, I want to thank Devin and Wendy for all your help too, and you guys make this possible. Priscilla, Devin, and Wendy are a great team. Really Yay.
Okay. Kongwa, are you trying to unmute? Kongwa? Hi. You have speak up. Now's your opportunity, guy.
Okay, firstly, apologies. I came in late. I'm actually not home. So I just thought, well, let me not really miss the whole meeting. Let me try to connect from wherever I am.
And what are you up to with boys? Yes, what are you up to?
Okay, currently with the boys, okay, like most currently what we are actually doing with the boys, because of maybe the coming competition that came in, so we were trying to focus our energy on that. That's like that's like for now. But previously we had a couple of exercises that we've been doing. There was some that were COVID related at the time, and then so there were others that were just trying to express themselves differently. It was basically them explaining the effects that have been from COVID, either in the positive or in the negative. I think that was previously before we said, okay, we're zeroing in out on COVID, and then we shifted our attention to the competition. Yeah, but back then we had the boys and the girls also. We had asked them to bring different plants. I don't know if maybe that was mentioned to you. Those that is still ongoing. I think back then it was mentioned where we asked them to just be responsible and have different plants that they can just plant around. And so the best place we asked them where they could find these plants were just across the streets, or rubbish pits, because they've a lot of fruits that are thrown. And so we have something that's coming up with just different fruits that the boys and the girls keep bringing in. So that's aside other things that we're doing. So it's, yeah, basically that. But we are still also just trying to reform now that we are back and see where we left the next phase.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Prosper, yeah, and I hear the men are getting together soon in a meetup.
I don't know if I'm still on my network.
Yeah. So thank you, Kongwa, and I'd love to hear Prosper. Do you want to share a bit?
Okay, greetings to everyone. Actually, my computer was acting up. But to add on to what Priscilla said concerning the garden, right now we've started harvesting, and the boys have started to take some vegetables home, and we're having surplus, and some other people are coming to buy so that we raise funds as well. And then schools are opening on the 27th of July, but the high school ones are the ones that are going. The Form 4s and the A levels, they're the ones that have started going. And it's really inspiring because some of the families now have started to see the importance of having a garden in their homes, because a lot of people lost their jobs during when the COVID started, and a lot of them, they're in the tourism industry. So many of them had to be laid off, and some right now they're not getting any income. So for them to survive, they have to at least have a garden. So now a lot of people are now starting to have a garden, and this really inspires me because it means that we are attracting a lot of people and we're touching lives through that. Thank you very much.
Terrific. And you're doing life lessons, I hear, as you're gardening, because trying
Yes,
to
yes, we are doing life lessons as well. The importance of setting goals in your life, what exactly you need to do, where do you see yourself. It's not all about when situations comes in, it's not always the end of everything, but you need to think outside of the box and start to be innovative and start having other plans concerning their lives. Yeah.
You guys are doing an amazing job. And Rosemary, are you able to unmute? Rose, this is the first time we've ever had an alumni.
Hi.
Hi, Rosemary. Do you want to just share a little bit about what the Giving Circle, like your Believe Club, is meant to you? And I know people would love to hear from you.
Sadly, my network is
Rosemary.
a bit. Yeah, my network is a bit slow, but I'll go ahead and contribute. Basically, with what has been going on with COVID-19 and all, I would say life hasn't been the same. Like things have become tough. They're from good to worse, where parents are no longer working, and then we're supposed to go back to school, and then there are no funds, and all. So things have really been tough, where you get to think outside the box for you to find something at least to help get sustained. So with everything that has been going on, life hasn't been the same, and things are really hard out there. And I've also interacted with different girls within my school. It's really hard where people are getting to be in desperate measures and all. So I would say life is not the same again. Things are really hard. Yeah, so that's my contribution.
And Rosemary, well, can you also say a little something about what the club how the club has helped you? Can you share what you've done since you left the club with school?
The club has really helped me. It has done a lot. It has helped me pick up, despite not managing to help me in all angles. But from the little that the club has done, it has really helped me pick up with school and reach where I am today through Auntie Gloria. She's really been there for us as the girls, and she's been a mother to us. She's been helping us pull through despite hard times and all. So I would say the club has really been of great help, and I hope a lot of girls will be helped like we were helped from the club. Yeah.
And maybe one day you'll have your own club.
Exactly.
Auntie Rosemary. Yeah. So, yeah.
Sure.
Well, thank you for joining us today. You're talking to people in Canada and the United States and Madagascar and Zimbabwe and South Africa. So it's a big world you've entered. Okay, well, you guys, thank you so much. Paige, anything from your end? All good?
Yeah, I just so appreciate everyone's effort, and it's so great to be connected as we are. It means everything. It really does make us a family.
And I'm going to ask Jane Moyo. Who's behind Jane Moyo?
Hi, Priscilla. Hi, everyone. This is Toko.
Oh, it's Toko. Toko's
Yeah,
from
my phone's
Zambia.
acting up, so I'm using my mom's phone.
Oh, thank you. You've been doing so much. I've been chatting about you. Can you share a little bit about what you're doing? Toko works, she's a city girl who moved down to the lower Zambezi and is out there in the safari area, the bush, working with the local community. Can you share a little bit?
Okay, so it's been an interesting journey for me, and it's really exciting to be able to connect with the girls as well as the community at that level. So since the pandemic came on, we have decided to restructure our approach to the girls club. So we have continued to meet girls in the examination class. These are 6. And then for the rest of the members of the club, we do home visits and just give academic support to the girls. So in a way, yeah, the COVID-19 is really terrible, but for us in Guameno, it's been sort of a blessing in disguise because we've seen a lot of parents and guardians coming on board to actively participate in their children's education. And I'm really happy that I'm able to see the improvements that these girls are making every day we go to see them. And aside from that, there are other parents whose girls are not in the club, and they've approached me about assisting them with material for their children to read at home. And I was just elated. I was really happy about this because it gave me an idea of, in the near future, introducing a library. The school there doesn't have a library, so the children don't have a place where they can go and read or just, relax and just have this time to improve their literacy in English. So when I knock off, that's like 4:30 p.m., I've decided to start a separate reading program, and this includes any child in the village who is interested. So I guide the children, like teach them how to read, and those that are already able to read, I help them perfect their reading skills. So it's really fulfilling in that way. And we have you to thank for making all of this possible. So it's really an honor to be part of the Global Surgeons family. So thank you so much, guys.
Great.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an official sign off, and but I do have a question for Toko, so I'm gonna stay on, and anybody else can. But I'm so grateful for everybody making the time to be live here today or listen to the recording, and very exciting about what's to come. So thank you so much. And Devin, thanks for being there, being the pilot here on our first digital meetup.
No problem. I think it went.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to stop the recording now, but anybody who would like to stay on, you're welcome to.
So Toko, are you running into